Hi, my name is Christian Mena, and this is my final individual presentation for the CIT 260 class. And in this presentation, I'm going to be explaining uh, four uh, type of the assignment, uh, part of the assignments, and I'll be demonstrating my program as well. So first of all, I'm going to be explaining a little bit about the differences between static class and non-static class. Uh, for the static class, uh, the variable is created only one in the program at the time of loading the class. These variables are preceded by static keyboard. The static variable can access with the class references. And I would like to get little more detail about the static class um, because the memory is allocated for this variable at a time of loading of the class. It also is the memory is allocated for this variable only once in the program. Also, the memory is allocated at the time of loading of class, so that these are also known as class variable. And the static variable are common for every object. Their memory location can be shareable, reference, or same class. And also the static variable can access with class reference. Uh, in the other case, with the non-static variable is created uh, in the memory. The memory is located for this variable whenever an object is created. Memory is allocated multiple times whenever a new object is created. The non-static variable, also known as instance variable, well, because memory is allocated whenever instance is created. The non-static variable are specific to an object, and the non-static variable can access with object and reference. And I would like to give a little bit. One of the most common examples of static variable, it's main, the main class. As we can see right here, it's declared as a static, the variable, and and all the principle that just when applies to this function. On the other hand, um, if we jump over here to the help menu class, we can see that this one is a non-static class, and um, we can pass the references on this one and on objects. In this case, we pass these uh, options within this class. Okay. Also, I'm gonna explain a little bit the difference between an array list, and enum. An array is issued to model a fixed length list of objects or primitive values like integers, float, boolean, and characters that can be changed during execution. All of the objects in the list must be of the same type. An array is one of the basic types of languages. So that means that if you're moving, or if you have an array with numbers, you have to keep the numbers in there. You can mix it up like numbers or letters. The same way, if you have letters, you can put numbers in there. In the case of Boolean, that applies just to true or false. Um, so whenever you have an array, it have to be the same type of an array. In the case of an array list, it's a variable length list that may contain different type of objects. Objects of any type can be dynamically added to and removed from the list at any time. An array list is class that comes shipped with Java. So in this case, uh, you already determine um, the array. It has a limit. It has a length. In the case of the array, you can be adding uh, an object to the array or removing from it. In the case of array list, it's already predetermined for the length of the array list. And last, the enum is a special type of list that has a fixed length uh, where all the objects the in the list are the same type. Unlike an array, the objects or values in the list constant and can never be changed. You implement an enum list by defining an enum class that defines the list of objects or values in the list. So in this one, this is the most common uh, use, the same as the array list, because of the flexibility issues for the array. They can be adding or moving objects from the list. And I'm going to give you an example of these arrays. In the case of an array, I'm going to show this in the here in the breaker box control. This is an array that the objects are defined as a doubles, which my objects are volts and amps is part of the equation uh, for the breaker box. It's part of the program that calculates the resistance. And in the case of the array list, we go here in the program controller. Right here we have a list that is declared as a dinosaur, and here we have already a determined list of dinosaurs that are part of the list, and they are throughout the map of this of this program that we created, that is called, by the way, Jurassic Park. It's based on the movie Jurassic Park. And finally, an enum. If we go to the location type, I declared the enum as um, of the object is the park. And later on, when I show the program, we're going to see how this enum with the object that has a park is located throughout the map. Now, I'm going to be explaining a little bit more about exceptions. Exceptions handling allows you to handle errors in an appropriate manner without closing a program. Each method that throws exception requires the throw syntax after the function signature, and the throw statement will propagate the error up the calling change until it's received by a try and catch statement. And I'm going to give an example about this. Let's see. For example, the movement exception. The movement exception that is right here. Right here we declare the movement exception. And it's very simple to declare. You just declare the extension, extend as an exception, the class. And then if we go to the movement controller, that is located in the menu view, right here. Here's where we can throw a try and catch.